Welcome back, Shackers, to the Shacknews E3 2017 booth in the shadows of the Nintendo booth. We are here with Adam Bhatti from Konami. He's in charge of brand, product, all sorts of
the world,
the world domination via soccer.
That's what I'm here to talk about. Yeah.
So we're here to talk about world domination via soccer.
Yeah.
A lot of people in America forget that soccer is super popular.
Yeah.
It's actually as popular as electronic music is internationally. People like to think that's not popular either in America. You know?
Is that your fight? Just so we know, I'm not soccer, you're about electronic music. Okay.
Football.
Okay.
Okay, I think there's an overlap there.
Okay, okay.
I'm just saying.
I've never thought about it like that
if we put up
before.
a map
Okay.
and we were like this country and this with soccer and electronic music, there'd be a decent overlap.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Adam. I'm just saying.
Great.
So we're here to talk about Pro Evolution Soccer 2018.
Yes, the future.
It's coming.
Yeah.
We're going into the future with soccer, football, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think over here we're going to call it soccer. 'Cause we're
Okay,
in America.
I'll accept that for the next 20 minutes.
So I hear an accent. Where are you from?
We're from the UK. We have a team that works on the brand over in Windsor. It's really nice, and a lot of the legwork, the magical sauce, the majority of the work goes on in Tokyo.
Okay.
And that's where all the dev team is. So we've got a few offices around the world, but that's where PES is made.
So there's a bit of a virtual office going on between the UK and Japan?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. So we've got quite a big team over in Europe as well, you know, in Germany, Spain, Italy.
Sure.
So combined, it's a very big team. But what we try and work on is to help the dev team over in Japan work with all the biggest, you know, soccer teams, you know, because obviously a lot of them are in Europe.
Yeah.
We're partners with two of them which are playing right now, which is Borussia Dortmund and Liverpool. We're a premium partner of FC Barcelona, and it's allowed us, these partnerships have allowed us to really make the game look fantastic. So here we're actually playing in the Signal Iduna Park, which is the Dortmund home stadium. And we actually went over there to Germany, took our capturing units, scanned the whole stadium, but not even that, we scanned the pitch, outside, the tunnel, the locker rooms, everything. So when you play PES, you'll see it looking fantastic.
I was gonna say the pitch definitely looks like they're
it's been one of the easiest stories for me to tell people this year when it comes to PES, because over the past 3 years we've had a game which has been quite similar. It looks and plays, you can see improvement, sports games always do that, but usually it's all marketing terms and it's difficult to really cut through that and see a clear difference. When you compare this to last year, it's such a different world, such a different game, that actually the game is doing a great job at the show this year. Everyone's seen it, they're seeing the animations, great saves by the goalkeepers, the lighting looks real, you know, all these kind of things really help us talk about the game this year. And also, sorry, I'm talking a lot, I'm not sure if you guys know, because you mentioned the music, you mentioned soccer being popular. Tell you who is popular globally? Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
And
that was a big get just a couple of days ago, right? That was announced,
we announced Usain Bolt as a pre-order item for PES 2018.
The sprinter. The sprinter, right?
That's right, yeah.
Wait, so wait, what team is he on? Because he's a track athlete.
Yeah. Well, okay, first
He's a lovable track athlete, but what team are you putting him on?
Actually, I'm not sure if you know, but we got this mode called My Club, which is really about building your favorite team, having special agents. Oh, nearly a goal. What we've done is we've put Usain Bolt in there, but just a bit of background. I'm not sure if you guys know, but in a couple of weeks, Usain is actually hanging up his running boots and putting hopefully on some soccer cleats, because he's actually rumoured to be wanting to start quite a late soccer career.
I read an interview with him. He wants to play.
Absolutely, yeah. There's some rumours going around right now that he's been linked with a French second division team. We literally had no plans to put him in the game. It's not as if this was our big announcement, like, yo guys, literally like about 4 months ago, we saw his people at a soccer match, sorry, and we were watching the game, and he goes to me, oh, what do you do? Work on Pro. What do you do? I represent Bolt. We should put him in the game. Yeah, no, we should. 2 weeks later, we're in Jamaica doing a full 3D face scan, you know, doing some trailer shootings. He's a huge fan of the sport. He plays PES. He wanted to be in the game.
He's a fan of all athletics.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he celebrates every athlete, because I think excellent athletes just admire other excellent athletes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's just shown to to be GOAT in his sport.
Absolutely.
And now, the idea of him coming into even any level of pro soccer is fascinating.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I hope in terms of real life, I really hope it does launch, because then it'll really add a lot to the game. It'll make a lot more sense to the people who don't quite see the link. You saw a goal there.
Oh.
So one of the guys is smiling over there, one of them isn't, so I think I know who scored.
I think I know who scored too.
So you see, like, the animation now, the way the players react, the first touch, oh, deflection.
That was from far out there.
Yeah, exactly. The guy got in the way.
The presentation is always so spectacular in each new version of PES. It gets more and more like a real authentic match every year.
We've really tried to sort of match that broadcast feel. When you watch sports, no matter what sport it is, you know how a TV broadcast, you know, shows it. When you see stats coming up, replays, slowdown of key plays, showing those key plays again after the fact, maybe not necessarily straight away. They're the kind of things that we kind of bring to PES as well, because a lot of people say to us is that on the pitch the gameplay has always been the best, but it's the visual, the animation, bringing everything, so you're making you feel like you're playing the game. Great save. And that's what's really important for us here as well. So you'll see that in PES 2018.
It's been challenging because I want to watch the game and I want to talk to you.
I've got the best seat in the house.
No, I wanted to talk about gameplay for a second.
Please.
I think when it comes to football, soccer on a console or anything, you have to balance fun, which is scoring, good defense, great plays, highlights, with realism. Like, he talked about that balance in gameplay mechanic.
I think for us, and I think for the brand itself, it's actually been known for the more hardcore style. I just missed a goal. Distract me with your questions.
He's too good.
Yeah.
This guy's OP.
He's smiling again.
You gotta nerf this guy.
He scored the he's happy, equalizer. Yeah, I mean. Okay,
off the corner too.
It's absolutely crazy. So actually the way that PES actually got big was because of the communities, the word of mouth. So for us, it's actually not a challenge because it's in our DNA. I think what's really important for everyone to remember is we're the challenger. When it comes to this kind of genre in soccer, you've got a huge competitor, and for us is we're here. We celebrated our 20th anniversary a few years ago. We're still here. We're signing partnerships. We're getting Usain in the game. So we're doing really well for ourselves, but we've got that freedom. Because we have that hardcore community. We can focus on making the game real for them, and they really appreciate that, and that's why we're still here. I think if we went a different direction, went for the masses, suddenly we're in an area which we've never really been expertise of. We must, I think, for PES to survive and to continue to thrive, it needs to focus on being simulation. So you might want to drop it down a few levels in difficulty. Just saying.
I wondered that too, because you have these long-running sports franchises, and after a while, I think some of them kind of get entrenched in developing for their fan base, which makes it hard for new players to break in. They're interested, but they don't know where to break in.
And I think for us, actually, I think esports is really interesting, because sometimes people see esports as something which is really, like, difficult to get into. You've got to be the best of the best, but actually it's really important for us to make sure that we are providing something for everybody. So we brought in loads of new modes. There's this new one this year called 3v3, and it's about this one thing. It's about, I can convince you maybe to actually play PES, but then if your friends are playing something else, you want to play with your friends, right? That's how online games work. So with the 3v3, we've brought that not only into the game but also to PES League, so you and your friends can compete with other people together. So you keep your friends together, you create your own team name, your own share, everything. You go online and compete with the best. And just a month ago now, we gave away $200,000 at the Champions League final to the PES League winner. We had this season long. The guy was 17 from Brazil, changed his life.
I was a teenager at the worst time in history to be an esports player.
Absolutely right.
It's depressing to hear these numbers.
Second place got $100,000.
I peaked as an esports player, like a Quake player, probably like 17.
Yeah, we're old now.
Yeah, we're beyond retirement. We need a senior tour.
You know what? You know what? We need a.
Give us 20 grand.
We need
Just
some kind of
20 grand from the youngsters pool.
With some kind of esports legends league or something.
Right. That's right. 30 and up.
Only. Absolutely. But I think that's one of those things which allows people to get into the 3v3, the groups. that kind of thing, I think, is going to really help us.
No, I think what you're saying is being the key differentiator, focusing on your community, because like you said, you're 20 years now into this franchise.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
No.
You know, this is here to stay. And what I would say is that I don't want to directly address your competitor, but you have a competitor, it's big.
Feel free,
Sometimes they change things in their game for the sake of changing them.
Yeah.
That's the hard balance to strike. Yeah, like do you keep it the same? Do you change and then you alienate some players?
UI, for instance, they may change a gameplay mechanic in 1 year, and it makes the game almost unplayable. I feel like those are the years where I come to PES and I'm like, I'm still having fun over here at PES.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, free kick! Oh, guys! That was really cool, sorry.
Wow.
Right.
You made a really good point, and I was going to give you something really good back, but that's even better.
Maybe it was just...
That was phenomenal.
Sports,
so actually, it allows me to add something actually to this, is that you mentioned the little changes. We actually redid our set pieces, which is a great time to talk about it, because we had this guideline in the game. Oof! We had this guideline in the game, and we took it out because our fans wanted us to take away the guideline to make it more difficult. Obviously, he's shown it that you can, you know, master it, and you can use the player's skill as well as your own skill to be able to score some fantastic free kick goals like that. And I think it is really important to make key changes, but don't change your DNA, don't change what you're trying to achieve with the game. I think for PES it will always be realism, it will always be player representation. That sometimes doesn't fall in line with a lot of things that you want to do, especially when you're playing online. The last thing that you want to do is make teams too imbalanced and players too imbalanced. But what we have brought in to combat that this year with online is a new stat balancing option. So it means that, I mean, for me personally, if I don't support a team that's very good, I want to play the best of the best. If I get beat, my first excuse is, yeah, but you're playing as Barcelona. That's why you beat me. But now you got an option to make all the stats the same no matter who you choose. So then it's all about your skill. It's all about your level play. And that is really, really cool as well, I think.
And to one of your earlier points, you know, by focusing on your community, your players become brand ambassadors. They can kind of be the gateway to get their friends in, new players in, and introduce them to
streaming, they're going to be capturing.
Exactly. And that's the future, I think, for us as well. I mean, one thing that we're doing straight after E3 is we're actually touring around the world with the game, going to see our fans, going to see press, letting people capture the build. I mean, you mentioned, you know, getting people streaming and things like that. And we are embracing that style of play. For us, when it comes to PES, that's what's going to make it big, you know. And I think it's really being content and happy with where we are. We've got such great support. We've got, and I'm being serious here, it sounds like I'm kissing, but the Tokyo dev team sacrificed so much as well. For me, it's fantastic to see them working hard, working through weekends, not seeing their family. It's that crazy, and working to make sure that the fans get what they want, and it inspires everybody around us. It inspires us to actually work really hard and really make sure that we make the best game for the fans as well. All that coming together is like a lot of love. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna start holding you in a second, but it's just so much love around when you talk about PES, and when you talk to their fans as well, they're really passionate, and you can see it.
Well, I think it's something Steve Jobs said about just making a product. If you're gonna do something you love, because you're gonna do a great job at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you like it, others will like it.
Yeah,
you know,
make something for yourself. You know, something that you love. And I think your team's got that in their DNA as well.
I'll give you an example, right? This year, I know it sounds silly to say, but our PC version wasn't on the level of PS4 and Xbox One for a few years now. It was a kind of hybrid in between PS3, 360,
well, thank you for
PS4.
even supporting PC.
Yeah, a lot of PC gamers get left on the cold for sports games.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you know what it is though as well? We had a lot of conversation with Valve about it as well, and they supported us with NVIDIA, who are here at the show with us. We're using their GeForce tech, really showing PES off super well.
Yeah.
So for us, actually, that came from the community, because as you guys might know, with sports games, you know, console is your platform, it's the majority of your audience, but we really wanted to give the fans something, and that was a huge announcement that we made here at the show. And the second thing that we announced here is, with PES, people complain about the online quality. We have fans from all over the world. We're huge in South America, we're huge in Asia, we've got parts of Europe where we're leading, and you have to then make sure that everybody can play together consistently, and the fans do complain that it's not consistent for them. So what we're doing this year is, for 11 days at the end of July, we're actually running an open beta. So for PS4, Xbox One, We're letting them demo 3v3 as well, our new mode.
Cool.
Or they can play 1v1. But again, that's born from us trying to speak to the fans, letting them know, listen, we heard you, we need to improve online. We're going to let you guys play online. We're going to capture the data from the server about how you guys are playing. We're going to send out surveys as well.
Sure.
And we promise you, if we find any issues, hopefully it goes perfectly fine, but obviously it is online. But if it doesn't, we're going to definitely do a day one patch to fix everything.
No, I know the challenge of netcodes and online multiplayer, and you know, Rocket League's had so many revisions where people will be furious after one patch, and then the next day they release another patch. So it's a huge challenge when you have 11 players on the field and a ball going around,
and
then
it's a fast-paced sport.
And like you said, such an international sport like what you have. You might have a guy in Argentina playing a guy in Japan. That's that's a long series of tubes connecting those two systems.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's a huge challenge. I'm glad you guys are doing a beta period for that.
Yeah, and I think obviously we're bringing in this new 3v3, 2v2, all these new modes. And again, it's like bringing more people together online. And unfortunately, I can say it right now because it's before, but if online doesn't work, these modes aren't going to be as successful as they should be. You know, bringing people together is what it's about. And obviously, again, using it in PES League, using it in esports as well, it's really important for us to make sure that if we're going to have that competitive environment as well as the more casual, we need to make sure that online is working strongly. For sure.
Awesome.
You mentioned that this is kind of a labor of love for the team.
Yes.
What is your favorite aspect of the game? What do you kind of zero in on?
Do you know, it's a bunch of things, to be honest with you. It's a really good question. It's a hard one to answer. I think we just missed a goal again. What are you doing?
I've missed every goal.
You're distracting me.
It's frustrating.
You need a mirror on this side so you can see it.
I need to set up a mirror over here.
I just heard a yes from afar. But I think one of the main things is as you're watching this replay, look at the crowds. This is the main thing. For me here at the show, I'm talking to people about PES looks better, PES moves better. And I really don't have to tell people that because they can see it. Because they can see how the players are moving. Save, rebound, cheap goal.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like it's a realistic movement of the player models.
Yeah.
When you're turning in soccer, you don't turn on a dime.
Yeah.
You kind of do a little loop.
Yeah.
And that's when you see.
You can sort of see that.
You can definitely see it in the player models.
And I think for me personally speaking, okay, I'm really hardcore soccer player. There's this new feature that we've brought into the game, which is called auto protect. Sorry, it's actually called physical representation. I call it auto protect, personally speaking, because what it is your player is always aware and intelligent enough to know where he's going to have the opposition come from. So say if I'm dribbling and a guy's coming, what he'll do is he'll leave the ball, won't touch it, he'll automatically shift his body so he's moving alongside it to shield it. And it happens all over. Guys from the front, if you flip the left stick back, he'll jump over and make sure that he's in between the player and the ball.
Oh wow.
What this allows you to do is control possession.
Yeah.
It requires skill. It sounds nice and easy, but it requires really good skill. But it allows you to dictate the pace of the game. You mentioned, you know, the speed of the game. Sometimes it's too slow, it's too realistic. Possession, yeah, absolutely. But suddenly, now you can slow the game down. You're winning a goal to nil. You can take the pressure off your team, give it to a strong player maybe. And I think for me personally speaking, because I like to dribble quite a lot in my sports games, I really like the idea of being able to dictate exactly how I do it when I do it as well. So I think that's going to be a really interesting thing.
So who's your favorite team?
I support AC Milan, Italian team, so that's why I'm really happy about the stat balancing because when I go online and I get all the big teams, I'm just like, okay, here we go again. So I'm really happy about that, and I think that's gonna. I think for a lot of people, they're like maybe their home team isn't the best team. Not everybody lives in Barcelona, so you know you do really want to be able to play as a team. What's a ball?
Is there MLS support?
We haven't been able to get that yet this season.
That's okay.
Yeah, but we've got the biggest players from around the world there as well. I mean, we're doing actually a lot in. If you're talking about the US market, we've got a partnership with some. I'm saying too much already, but we've got a partnership to announce not too soon after E3 finishes, which is all about activity going on in the US.
Cool. And you're going to have more esports events.
Absolutely, yeah. We've actually just finished the season when we gave away that kid more money than I'll ever have, and from that we're going to start announcing the new season of esports towards August. The new season for that as well. The game is launching September 12th here in the US, a few days later globally. So that'll lead up to the launch of the game as well.
So PS4, Xbox One,
PC, Steam, PS3, and Xbox 360.
PS3, Xbox 360, Nintendo's Switch.
So the Switch, Xbox One X. We're not announcing anything. We've announced all our platforms. We're not saying no, but we're definitely not saying yes.
That's promising, though.
It sounds like you're platform agnostic enough.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe,
sure.
maybe.
Well, that's a maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
The game looks great.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I guess we'll look forward to the release date. And then when was the beta period again?
July 20th till the 31st.
Awesome. And that's on console.
PS4, Xbox One.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, good to meet you.
And we will be back with more.